Sometimes the planets just align. Everything is perfect. It's the middle of summer, you have free time, and you happen to be driving or reviewing a Mazda MX-5 Miata or a Porsche 718 Boxster. I mean, life is wonderful. You get to experience these cars at their absolute best. And then sometimes the opposite happens. In fact, everything feels like sabotage. And that's pretty much exactly what is happening to me this week with this car. 2021 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Yes, the return of the Mach 1 after almost 20 years, more like 17 years, of being off the shelf as part of the Mustang lineup. And, well, pretty damn close to, 50 some odd years since the first one was introduced. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that there was a lot going for the Mach 1. It also had a lot of weight on its shoulders. I mean, it is essentially in 2021 replacing my absolute beloved Bullitt, which frankly, this is what this is plus one, if you will. And it's also replacing the GT350, which this is, say, a minus one. So it's a right smack in the middle of those two cars, which personally are some of my absolute favorite Mustangs of all time. But you see, unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity, nor will I have the opportunity over the next 40 some odd hours to enjoy this car. First, it's kind of sunny-ish right now. This is only the second time this week where we've had some sun, so it's been relatively cool. And this particular car has something called the handling package, which includes a set of ultra high performance tires, Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s, which on this particular unit, Ford Canada's test car, which has been around a lot, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, I'll show it to you again in a few moments, are essentially bald. And on top of everything, we are closing in on the end of September as I review this car. So it's been rainy-ish and very cool in the mornings. So with tires like that and performance like this, there's no way I can enjoy the car. And on top of everything, if the tires were in good shape, it was already clear that there was no way in hell I was going to be able to take this car for a 20-minute lapping session on any track. Forbidden, no way. So if you take all those elements and line them up together, that is essentially what I'm talking about. My week-long test of this 2021 Ford Mustang Mach 1 has been sabotaged. But I still grin once in a while because, well, it's still Mustang Mach 1. We'll do the lap around the car because we can at least do that. I'll point out a few things that make the Mach 1 special, and then we'll take it for a careful drive because, well, it almost looks like rain might be coming down on me very soon. Slightly alarming, given the tires, but we'll be safe. Things I'll do for a good shot, my knee. Anyway, you can see right there that the Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires are pretty much finished. Those are the rear ones, and the front ones are no better, I promise you. I can tell you, though, that these Sport Cup 2 tires are some of the best ultra high performance tires ever put on street legal cars. They are absolutely exceptional. But when they do wear out, such as on this Mach 1, they essentially become slicks and are pretty much utterly useless and unpleasant. It's the price to pay to get absolute handling for about 5,000 kilometers, if that. Okay, base price for the Mustang in the US, $27,205 for the base fastback, $72,900 for the GT500. In Canada, the Sportback starts at $31,895, and the GT500 is a whopping $96,480. The Mach 1 starts in the US at $53,400, $66,055 in Canada. Now, included with that are Brembo brakes, front 6-piston calipers. You get launch control, a Torsen rear LSD, limited slip differential, Magna ride, which is fantastic, dual exhaust with those active valves, 19-inch wheels with 255 section front and 275 section rear tires. You also get a plaque with a serial number for the exact car, a 12-inch digital IP, and so on and so forth. So your performance is all built in there, right? You still get, obviously, the 5-liter V8, 480 horsepower, 6-speed manual transmission. There is a 10-speed automatic optional, but I guess we'll leave it at that. The 480 horsepower is just, you know what, I can't help myself. The biggest difference between this and the Bullitt, I mean, performance-wise, they are very, very similar. Same outputs, a very similar chassis tune. This one's a little bit more aggressive, but even so, maybe much more aggressive, but even so. The thing is, the Bullitt was just that much more special than the Mach 1. It's subtle, it's beautiful, it's elegant and vicious at the same time. And it's for those who know, when they see a black or a Highland green, I think I got that right, Highland green Bullitt, it's just, it's a cool car. This, well, it just sticks out a lot. I suppose that's what you want if you want a Mustang Mach 1. But between the two, you could never ask me to choose the Mach 1 over the Bullitt. It would be the Bullitt every day. I had to say that. That's my piece about the two cars. But there is something very specific about my car, which is ultimately frustrating even more, and I kind of touched on it, is that it has the handling package, which include these Baldinis, I suppose, Pilot Sport Cup 2s, and in the rear they're 315 section, in the front 305 section, which is insane. That's a lot of rubber. Most visual differences are right there. There's the double front arrow splitter, which is an absolute danger if you get too close, or will be an absolute danger if you get too close to a cement dividers in a parking lot. And then the gurney flap, which is just absolutely cool. Love seeing it through the rear view mirror. The handling package also includes the extra arrow, the adjustable strut top mounts. It's got a different chassis tune, so this one's even a little bit more aggressive than the base Mach 1. And my car also happens to have the appearance package, which gives you all the orange striping and the hood decals and all of that, for a grand total of, you ready for this? $76,500. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. It's going to be a cool little. It's a cool car. It'll be a collector's. But it's just not a Bullitt. I should probably let go of that because I'll never own a Bullitt, obviously. I guess we can complete the tour on the inside. There are a few other options, and I mean, as much as I do like the decals and all that, there's one option that this car is missing, and it's unfortunate. It's the Recaro seats, which I think. I mean, if it's on the list of options, you gotta take the Recaro seats. It's never a question of if, it's a question of get them in there right now. The interior is very standard Mustang, trying to get out of the shot, with the exception of that plaque right there. Let's start her up. Cue ball shifter, also very cool, like the Bullitts. Oh, no need for that, thank you. There's your 12-inch display. There's your Sync 3 lining up. I mean, like I said, it's pretty much standard in here. Nothing very special. Otherwise, it's a Mustang, and I think I've said enough already. Let's go for a careful drive, as I said. So, if you do ever get the opportunity to drive a Mustang Mach 1 or a Bullitt or something like that with the active exhaust, you may find yourself doing this far more often than you probably should, and people will look at you and think that you're some kind of hooligan, which you may or may not be. I can be if I need to be. The point is that this Mustang, it might not be a Bullitt, but it's still absolutely exceptional. I mean, the Ford's Coyote 5-liter V8 is probably my favorite V8. I'm a huge fan of any naturally aspirated V8. Look, I'm just going to be honest. I think I might like it more than FCA's 392. definitely more than GM's 6.2, and for a number of reasons. One of them being that none of them they don't sound like that. This has a velvety bellow that has graininess built into it. It's just unbelievable. It's addictive, absolutely addictive. So is the power. The Bullitt, I won't get over it. I won't stop. 480 horsepower, 7,000 RPM, 420 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM. I mean, the car is definitely quick. It's fast. It feels right, with one exception, with my test car, unfortunately. I'll just tell you right now, because the tires are so bald, the car tram lines, it just picks up every nook and cranny in the road surface, and it wants to send me down into a ditch if there's a slight incline that way, or it wants to push me. I don't know. It's wholly, unbelievably frustrating. But you know what? You can always just make yourself feel better by doing that, you know, because as a normal, mature adult, that's what you do in a Mustang Mach 1, right? I know, I'm sorry, I'm silly. One of my favorite things, I mean, look, I like everything about this car. I'm just frustrated because it's sabotaged. The no track, the no this, the no that, the weather. Except right now, thankfully. The Tremec 6-speed manual transmission is fantastic. I don't know why anyone would get a 10-speed automatic, other than maybe wanting to be quicker around a track, but the satisfaction level is just different. The 6-speed is fantastic. The weight, when you shift from gear to gear, it feels so solid that it could be built to support a bridge. The throws are tight and hard, and just, it feels great. And the clutch pedal, the weight is just a notch beyond heavy. But that's good. It gives you the impression that you're involved in what's going on. And look, I got stuck in traffic on a few occasions driving the car, and I survived. Wasn't too happy about it, but I survived anyway. What else? I mean, look, their Brembo brakes feel fantastic. There's just enough travel in the pedal to make you feel like there's progressive stopping power being applied as you roll onto the pedal. It's really, really good. And then you come down to the chassis. I mean, the MagneRide dampers are brilliant. I mean, I've been driving in comfort mode almost the entire week. I did go, or not normal mode, my apologies. I did go into Sport Plus on a number of times, and obviously Sport Plus is fun, but, or Sport, sorry. But you see, I'm getting confused because when the screen changes, you have to flick it twice for it to come back online, the menus. So normal and sport, and you have to toggle through the entire menu. Right now I'm in sport, and let's just do into 6th gear and take it easy. The MagneRide dampers, actually, I'm going to go back into normal because it gets bouncy in Sport Plus. The ride quality is still very, very good, despite the chassis being tuned, the dampers being tuned with a little bit more of an aggressive, a little bit more aggressively. It's still doable on a daily basis. It's not quite a Bullitt, which was a little bit more comfortable. So what am I trying to say after all these minutes of rambling? If you want a Mach 1, just get a Mach 1. Period. Case closed. There's no argument against it. You know, just make sure you have a very substantial budget for tires, because you will wear them out very, very quickly, especially if you drive aggressively. I could possibly end on a note saying that the GT500, not that I've driven it, but I've driven a number of 700 horsepower cars, and they're just no fun because you can never fully exploit them and enjoy that power. But you know what? With the 5-liter, you can. Oh, see how quickly you get up onto traffic. You can actually enjoy, well, maybe not right now, the power for more than 3 seconds at a time. All right, that's enough.